Yes, actually, the guidance to the caregiver and caregiver education is one of the most integral parts of treating diabetes in the elderly. Now, before I go into the technical aspects of what needs to be told to a caregiver, I would like to recall a couple of things which my teachers have taught me. Especially in the context of these elderly people, we must never underestimate the power of touch. We must never underestimate the power of listening. We must never underestimate the power of giving an honest compliment to a diabetic who has stuck to his goals. That I think is a very important thing which all the caregivers must understand, to appreciate, to listen to them, because as I said earlier, it's not just about putting the pills on a piece of paper and giving them a prescription. It's not about those values on the paper. It's ensuring that they are in a harmonious relationship with themselves and their caregivers. That is the most important thing that we need to look at. Now, coming to the technical aspect of it, there are a couple of things which every caregiver must know, because what I have seen is, especially hypoglycemia. All the caregivers of people who are taking care of elderly diabetics, they must be empowered with the knowledge and skills to detect hypoglycemia, because although the traditional literature says that hypoglycemia is when the blood sugar is less than 70 milligram per deciliter, what I have routinely seen is in elderly people, they become symptomatic at much higher values, say around 100, some at 100, some at 110. And also, there are chances that because of the involvement of the nervous system, the elderly people may have something called as a hypoglycemia unawareness. Say, they may be having hypoglycemia, but they are not able to express all the symptoms or appreciate all the symptoms, and sometimes their confusion and irrelevant talk may be again confused by the caregivers as a part of aging, as a part of their intellectual disabilities. So this is where the caregivers intervention is very important, because they are the first point of contact. They should know how to use a glucometer, detect the symptoms of hypoglycemia, and probably as a first responder, how to treat it also. The other thing is, what I want to suggest to all my caregivers is that they should make sure that all the elderly people receive their vaccinations on time. Like how in children we care for them, whatever disease can be prevented should be prevented by a vaccine. So even in elderly, we have a set of vaccines that they need to take it. The guidelines are there, so they can approach a caregiver to make sure that they get their vaccinations on time. The other thing of importance in elderly, and especially with respect to the caregivers, is that they must take all care to make sure that the elderly don't fall. I have seen in the course of the lives of the elderly that everything goes well till they are mobile, but one fall ruins everything. They become bedridden, they develop fracture, they develop bed sores. So preventing a fall and making sure that the environment in the house is made in such a way that the elderly have support and they don't fall, goes a long way in ensuring a good health for elderly. And sometimes I've seen if the environment is not very friendly for the elderly to walk around, out of fear that they may fall, many people don't engage in physical activity. They feel that I may fall down, I may develop this, because they would have seen their peers, somebody developing these kind of problems, or they would have heard about somebody. So there is a fear when the environment is not friendly for them to be safe, and there is a fear of falling. They tend to avoid their physical activity. Uh, while I say that the caregivers must be equipped with knowledge to take care of the elderly, I think as a society, as healthcare providers, we should also ensure that the quality of life of a caregiver also is looked into, because caring for an elderly, although it's a very rewarding task, it's a very challenging task. The caregiver has to sink himself. The caregiver has to mold himself to the requirements of the elderly. Now, they may prepare, like as I said, they may prepare a food which is as per the guidelines. but an elderly patient may not be able to, appreciate that food because of so many other issues. So that becomes a disappointment for the caregiver. So, I feel as a society we should come together. We have to encourage probably volunteers to, we should have some, like how we train volunteers in, handling a cardiac arrest, giving them basic life support and all these things. The support of the caregiver also should be a consideration, and a lot of things should come forward in future to handle these kind of things.